This video covers the topic Methods of Tunneling, which is from Module 5 of Transportation Engineering 2 of KTU syllabus. We'll go through the tunneling methods used in hard rock in detail. Coming to the methods of tunneling, there are various methods of tunneling, and the selection of methods is depending basically on the size of the bore. Size of the bore means the hole what you are making, that dimension, then the conditions of the ground, then the equipment which are available, and the extent to which timbering is required. Timbering means when the depth of trench what you are making for the tunneling purpose is large, what happens is when the soil is loose, the sides of trench may come in, and in order to avoid this, the timber planks or strut are being given for temporary support so that it becomes a support for the sides of trench, and that is what you mean by timbering. Then the tunneling methods are basically divided into two main groups. One is the tunneling in hard rock and other one is the tunneling in soft rock. So we'll go through the tunneling in hard rock in detail in this video. Tunneling in hard rock. So the following methods are generally employed for tunneling in hard rock. The first method is full phase method. Next is the heading and bench method. Then comes the drift method. And the last one is pilot tunnel method. So we'll go through each method in detail. The first method is full phase method. So usually in full phase method, small tunnels are being selected, and small tunnels means the total tunnel dimension will be like 3 meters. The dimension should not exceed 3 meters, and in this method, the full phase or the entire facade of the tunnel is tackled at the same time. That means the front portion of the tunnel, from the front portion, that excavation work is being continued. It is not like a certain portion is excavated and next rest of the excavation is done. It is not like that. Here the full phase, the cross-sectional phase itself is being tackled or dealt with at the same time. Then vertical columns are erected at the face of tunnel, and a large number of drills are being mounted or fixed on the columns at suitable height, as you can see in figure. You can see over here, this is the full phase method. Now these are the vertical columns, and in the columns what is being done? Drills are being inserted. Drill means what? It is the tool or machine which is having a rotatory cutting chip, and they can be used for making the holes for the purpose of making tunnels. So these are being installed or they are mounted or fixed on the columns on certain height, as you can see in the figure. A series of holes measuring 10 mm to 40 mm in diameter. That means like 1 cm to 4 cm in diameter is being made. Series of holes are being made, and like 1200 mm center to center distance, and then they are drilled into the rock, preferably in 2 rows. So holes are being made and the drilling process is being done over here. Then what is done? Once the holes are being made, the holes are charged with explosives and then they are ignited. We know that we have to make the complete tunnel. It is actually an underground passage. So for making this underground passage, here what is done? In full phase method, the entire phase or that portion of cross section is completely dealt with at the same time. For this purpose, columns are inserted, and on the columns drills are being fixed, and once the drilling purpose is done, you will be having holes, and on the holes or inside the holes, explosives are being inserted and then they are ignited. Then what happens? Due to the explosion, that complete portion will become a trench-like thing, and when you are exploding this portion, muck will be formed. Muck means what? The waste matter or the excavation process. Because of the excavation process, you will be having that soil particles, and that is to be removed so that you can have that passage. So that muck is removed before repeating the process of drilling holes. You can see over here a huge machinery is being used, and the complete entire phase at a time itself is being completely covered. The machinery is allowed to move inside continuously. Now the advantages. Since an entire section of the tunnel is tackled at one time, the method is completed expeditiously. Expeditiously means it is with speed and efficiency. So this process at a time itself is being tackled. So this process is completed in a much more faster manner. Then mucking tracks, which are tracks used for collecting muck, can be laid on the tunnel floor and extended as the work progresses. So mucking tracks can be laid and this can be used for taking away or collecting the muck. Now the disadvantages. This method requires heavy mechanical equipment. Then it is not very suitable for unstable rock. It can normally be adopted for small tunnels only. So in the beginning itself, while telling this type of method, in the beginning itself, in the first sentence itself, it was clearly mentioned this can be used for small tunnels. At a time itself, we are completely we are excavating the complete cross section at a time. So the work progress, everything is faster, but this can be used for only small tunnels, and this is suitable only for stable rocks. If it is unstable, then since we are excavating the whole region at a time, then if it is unstable, then the entire portion can become, or the soil can entirely fall onto the trench. So it cannot be acceptable. So this type of trench making can be used, or this type of tunneling can be used only if you are having a stable rock. And this method requires heavy mechanical equipment, and I have shown you the photograph. Here you can see this is one of the type of mechanical equipment which is for construction of tunnel. You can see at a time itself the whole continuous process is being conducted over here. Next comes the heading and bench method. In this method, the heading or top or upper half, you can see over here, this is the heading portion and this is the bench portion. So the upper portion or the top portion is bored first, and then the bench is being followed. Here, this is the heading portion, this is the bench portion. Heading means this portion is the first portion, or this is the topmost portion of the tunnel which will be bored or excavated. And once this is excavated, like this is excavated first, then this is excavated. This excavation is not done fully at a time as we have done in full face method. Here it is connected, or it is conducted in small pieces. So first the heading portion will be excavated, and the heading portion lies about 3.7 meters to 4.6 meters ahead of the bench portion. You can see over here. Here, this is the entire tunnel. This is the bench portion and this is the heading portion. So first, the heading portion is excavated and the heading portion will be lying ahead of the bench portion. So here you can see a distance. It is in ahead of bench portion, and this is around like 3.7 to 4.6 meters. And in hard rock, the drill holes for the bench are driven at the same time as the removal of muck. So once you are excavating here, you will be having muck. So once you take away the muck, then along with this removal of muck, then drilling holes will be made for making holes in this portion, that is in the bench portion. So this is how the heading and bench method will proceed like. First the heading portion will be excavated, then this portion will be excavated. The hard rock permits the roof to stay in place without support. So this is the supporting portion. We know that this is the roof portion. So once you are excavating this portion, here no support is there. So sometimes if it is not a hard rock, this portion can fall into this region. But since it is in a rock portion, this hard rock will permit the roof to stay in place without any support. Here no supports are there. But still the hard rock will permit what? To stay in place without the supports. Now the advantages. The work of drilling of holes for the explosives and the removal of muck can progress simultaneously. So here when you are making holes, that is basically holes are being drilled so that explosives can be inserted, and then after the explosion trenches will be formed. And once the explosives are bursted, what happens? Muck will be formed and they have to be removed. So both the process, that is drilling of hole as well as removal of muck, can happen simultaneously in this head and benching method. Then the amount of gunpowder basically which is required for the explosives, that is required in a lesser quantity when compared to the full phase method. Now comes the drift method. Drift method means what? Here a small tunnel. In order to make a bigger tunnel, a small tunnel is being made, and the dimension for the smaller tunnel is around 3 meter by 3 meter, and here this is being inserted or driven in the rock and the entire tunnel is being made. But first a smaller tunnel is made inside the bigger tunnel, and that smaller tunnel dimension is like around 3 meter by 3 meter. A number of drill holes are provided all around the drift. So around the drift, around the small tunnel, in around portions drill holes are made, and inside the drill holes explosives are filled and then they are ignited, and once they are ignited, what happens? The drift can be expanded, and throughout along the cross section the same thing can be proceeded, and like that the entire tunnel can be made. So the position of drift, that smaller tunnel what you are using, or the smaller tunnel which is being used for making the bigger tunnel, is depending upon the local condition. They can be like in the center portion, they can be in the top portion, they can be in the bottom or side. So I'll just show the figure. You can see here, this is the entire tunnel, and you can make a smaller tunnel. In order to make this entire tunnel, you can make a smaller tunnel around like 3 meter by 3 meter, and this is the smaller tunnel which is known as drift. It can be placed either in this portion, or it can be in the top portion, or it can be the center portion, or it can be the side portion. So basically the center portion is the best method, but still depending upon the local condition you can allow the drift in what portion or in what place you have to make the tunnel, that can be adopted. The field experience has shown that central drift is the best choice as it offers better ventilation and requires lower quantity of explosives. The side drift, however, has the advantage that it permits the use of timber to support the roof. So out of all these things, it is better to use the center drift. The reason is it will be providing better ventilation, and the amount of explosives which is being required for the around this drift, you will be making small drill holes and you will be putting explosives into it, and then it will be bursted, so that you can make holes and excavation of trenches is being done. So ideally, or it is from field experience, it is understood that the best choice is the central drift, what you can see over here. And if you are using the side drift, then the using of timber for supporting the roof can be also permitted. So each one will be having its own advantage. So depending upon the field experience, it is understood central drift is the much better option when compared to other drift. But depending upon the local condition, you can go for other drifts also in order to make the entire tunnel. Then comes the advantages. If the quality of the rock is bad, or if it contains excessive water, this is detected in advance, and corrective measures can be taken in time. That means when you are making tunnel, if the rock is bad, if you are understanding that some problems are there, then corrective measures can be taken in exact time. Then a drift assists in the ventilation of tunnel. If you want to provide ventilation, it is better that you are making smaller tunnels, and on the sides of the tunnel you can put drill holes, and then those portions can be ignited and excavation can be done. Here another advantage is the quantity of explosives what you are using for this method is comparatively less. Then the disadvantages, it is a time consuming process, and the excavation of main tunnel gets delayed till the drift is completed. So main tunnel is the one which is to be made. Okay, so since you are going to make a drift, or since you are going to make a smaller tunnel, only once this smaller tunnel is completed, then only you can proceed with the main tunnel. So it can be a time consuming process, and that is a disadvantage. Then the cost of drilling and removing the muck from the drift is also high, and because the reason is it is manually operated power driven equipment. So because of this, the cost which is required for the drilling as well as removing of muck will be much more when compared to other methods. Then comes the pilot tunnel method. Here basically in pilot tunnel method, two tunnels are made. One is the main tunnel and another is the pilot tunnel. you can see over here, this is the main tunnel. Okay, so in order to make the main tunnel, we are using pilot tunnel over here. The cross section of the pilot tunnel usually measures about 2.4 meter by 2.4 meter. What you can see here is the pilot tunnel. This is the main tunnel which you have to make. So in a horizontal region or in a horizontal manner, another tunnel is being made of a lesser dimension. The dimension is given as 2.4 by 2.4. Here the pilot tunnel is driven parallel to the main tunnel, and then what is being done? The cross cuts are being made at many points and thus to reach the main tunnel. And like this, the main tunnel is then excavated from a number of points, and the pilot tunnel offers the following advantages. Let us see what are the advantages. It helps in removing the muck from the main tunnel quickly. It helps in providing proper ventilation and lighting in the main tunnel. And coming to disadvantages, the construction of an additional tunnel and therefore the time and cost of construction are higher as compared to the methods described before. So the problem with this type is, like here, an additional tunnel, in order to make this main tunnel, an additional tunnel in a horizontal manner which is parallel to the main tunnel is being made. And then what is done? The cross cuts are being provided, and along these portions you will be reaching the main tunnel, and then the main tunnel is being made. At different portion you are connecting the main tunnel with the pilot tunnel, and what you are doing is then the main tunnel is being excavated from a number of points. You have to actually excavate this portion, but by making another tunnel you are reaching this portion. So the problem with this kind, there are different methods, but the problem with this kind is only once you are making the pilot tunnel and you require that access from the pilot tunnel to the main tunnel. So the construction of the additional tunnel will be requiring some more time, and also the cost of construction will be comparatively higher. But the advantage is also there, because you are having another tunnel, you can help in removing the muck easily. Then since another tunnel is there, proper ventilation, lighting facility all will be there. Because if you are making inside the main tunnel itself, all the operation is being done, then ventilation problems can be there, then lighting problems will be there, taking off muck and removing them, that all will become some problem. So depending upon the local conditions, these things the engineer decides which kind of operation or which kind of method is to be adopted, and on the basis out of these 4 methods, the best method is being used for constructing the tunnel in the rock ground. So this is all about the tunneling methods which is used in the hard rock.